Hello everyone, the 316, Egomaniac 316 here, back with another Morphed Monday Lightning Collection review. This time, I got the TMNT Lightning Collection crossover of Morphed Michelangelo and Morphed April O'Neil 2-pack. Been a while since I did a 2-pack review. Let's see here. I only got this because, well, Dorkside Toys had a stupidly good price for it. Just so you could see. Come on, there you go, $16. I paid 16 bucks for this thing. I think it was another $5.99 for shipping, but I mean, that's still less than 50% off. Retail price usually goes for about $49.99 to $50.99, I think. $51.99. So yeah, got it for a really good deal. Anyway, this is my only TMNT 2-pack that I have. I don't have Shredder either. And I don't have any plans on getting the rest of them, but I thought, you know, if the price is good enough, and it was, I'm gonna buy it. So anyway, here we go. There's a ton of accessories in this set. We're gonna go ahead and start off with April on the left here. So Pink Ranger accessory wise, you come with the standard karate chop and fisted hand that many of the female figures come with, and as well as two holding hands where the first two fingers are separate. And then you also get the bow, which is a bit different than the other 2-pack that includes the Pink Ranger. This one uses that like recycled plastic, the translucently silver one. It's still nice though, and they did, you know, leave on the pink paint. You also get a pink arrow, as well as an effect piece, which this one's a bit more brittle than I was expecting. Like, you see, like I'm really bending on that, and it's not flexing a lot other than towards the tip. But yeah, that's it's also kind of like a yellowish pink too. It just has that kind of a color to it. Reminds me of Zero Sugar Major Melon. And then last thing is it comes with the new or newer Pink Ranger helmet sculpt, and we will take a look at this in the comparison shot as well with the Mighty Morphin Pink Ranger. A couple more accessories to look at. Also comes with a blaster form. You also get the microphone, an awesome looking camera. It's not painted, but other than here. And you also get this pretty good likeness to the comic book of April O'Neil. I think that it looks mostly fine. It's kind of weird. You can see the ear. I don't know. But anyway, that's all the accessories for April. Now there's a lot. That was a lot of accessories. I think that's 9, if I counted correctly. Something like that. Anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at Michelangelo. And I wanted to say he is standing. He is freestanding, so he can hold up his own weight, which is nice. Let me go ahead and readjust him. And we'll start off with the weapons here. It's not that many. Come on. There we go. And so it comes with 2 of these nunchuck power dagger combination weapons. And what's nice about these is that they can store on the figure. And I will store them later, but there's also a peg here, and they peg together. So they're like that. I'm going to go ahead and do that for both of these. Very simple. It can take a minute, though, depending on how it's molded. And then there's also this effect piece, which you saw was on it. It goes in kind of strangely. So if you see on the box, it actually goes in like this, so that the dagger is in line. See, originally I thought it would be like that, but no, it's not. At least I don't... Actually, no, the dagger does go in this way. Excuse me. Yeah, so the dagger goes in like that, and obviously I have the second one in there, so it's not going to go in, but you see what I'm saying here. A couple more accessories. You get 2 of these turtle holding hands, and these are way bigger than a standard human hand, and also it's only got 3 fingers. There you go, and then that's for both sides as well. So the figure aside real quick here, and we'll look at the other hands. We got 2 fists. If it'll focus. And then it's also got 2 open hands, which can be used for strangulation or other deeds, such as like a force choke. Michelangelo seems like the character to do that. Speaking of Michelangelo, here's his head. I think it's kind of funny that we get a head sculpt. There you go. And this eye on the left here is popping out a little bit more than the one on the right, but as you can see, you know, it kind of adds to the charm. Obviously, this is based on a comic book, so it makes sense that it'd be a little bit more exaggerated. And let's go ahead and take a look at the figure with that head on. And you can see it does use new articulation, which we'll get a look at. See, this is why I don't do this on camera, because it's very difficult. I think it's on there. Okay. It's on there as much as I can get it. I kind of understand why during the comic book making of this, they went with him for yellow. Although, I do wish it was orange, but I understand why. Again, Mighty Morphin, Power Rangers. Anyway, good head sculpt. Gives a lot of character, especially if you're using the open hands here. And take that off, and then we can take a look at the figures proper. So we're going to start with April on the left here. So it's basically just a Pink Ranger re-release. However, it does have a few differences. The most obvious being the waist piece here. There is no skirt, and the morpher is not in silver, but rather white. And really, that's about it. Let's take off this head. It does use the old articulation, by the way. No double jointed elbows. Pinned, by the way, as well. Except for the arms, of course. Alright. So I am going to do a comparison between her and the Zeo Mighty Morphin 2-pack pink, just real quickly. So you can see that there are some differences. And it's focusing on the box back there. So I'm going to see if I can move that out of the way. There you go. Anyway, poor Mikey. You can see that on the one on the left, it's kind of more bright, more vivid in color, whereas this one is a bit more darker and muted. That's just something that's probably going to vary between figure. The pink on the helmets is definitely a bit different, though. You can see this one's darker, and you can more easily see the edges on it, whereas this one's a bit brighter, and you can't always see the edges on it. Sounds like it's thundering. It's supposed to get storms. Anyway, there's the back there. You can see skirt, no skirt, and legs are about the same. So that's comparison between them, just real quickly. I know people were interested in that. Also, you saw that the bow was in white and the arrow was in the grayish color. For the rest of this video, I'm going to put back April's head. Alright. Just going to keep her right there. And now we can take a look at Mikey, the yellow Mighty Morphin, or rather just the morphed Mikey figure. And this is honestly pretty cool. I wasn't expecting to like this as much as I did. It definitely doesn't feel as heavy as I was expecting. Definitely heavier than a standard Lightning Collection body, of course. But, you know, it's got a lot of just like mass to it, especially up in the torso. However, that does limit articulation. The yellow color is more like an orangish yellow, so it's not, you know, completely just like striking yellow. Like, just so you can see the difference in yellows. This has a bit more of an orange tint to it. Don't know why that cube is dusty. Anyway, so I did say that you can store the weapons on him, and we're going to show you how to do that. So just take one side, pinch these two together, and then just kind of shove it in there. And I am a bit worried that that's going to rub the paint off over time. So just be careful with that. I've done this a few times on both sides, and I haven't noticed any paint rub on either accessory. But there, as you can see, those store pretty nicely. I will say, though, when I lower the arms, is that this does go down quite a bit. Just so you can get a good look at that. It might get in the way of articulation, especially with the legs. That really likes to bend. So I wouldn't keep these weapons in the stored mode here, but for just for the rest of the video, I'll just keep them in there. A couple of things with the articulation. As you saw, this has the newer neck articulation, so it can get some pretty nice poses. And you know, you can pivot the head, of course, too, which is real nice. can't go back that far because of this shell being in there, which is painted, again, really nice. The arms here, they don't actually use a butterfly joint. I think they use a dumbbell joint with the, like the McFarlane style joint. I can't really tell because, like, I move it back and forth, but if you noticed, I can also move the arm up and down. So I'm certain there's a dumbbell joint in there rather than a like a true butterfly. The upper torso does have articulation in there. If I ow, pinched my finger. That sucks. Anyway, you can see that there is articulation joints in there, but you can't really get to them. It's for both the waist and for the upper body. And I have tried to move the upper body, but as you can see, this is pinned into this midsection here, so really trying to get any articulation out of that's going to be a problem. There may be a way to take off the shell. I think that this is pegged and glued into this. If you could take off that, this could just come straight up. But as you can see, sometimes when I do go to pose this figure is that this upper plate and this lower the morpher, the belt area, kind of counteract each other. So when trying to pose him looking down, it doesn't always work. So I have to readjust, and then I'm able to pose him. Again, there is articulation. There we go. As you can see, you can rotate the upper body, but only at the lower section. As you can see through there, kind of hard to make out. But I believe you can get a full 360. Okay, yeah, that looks weird. Got his butt in front of him. And yeah, I don't think there's any ab crunch. Why did I do this? There we go. Again, the gold's painted nicely. I like how they did that with the split here, but again, because of the shell being in the way, you really don't have an ab crunch, and they probably didn't include one for that very reason. And there's the legs, nice and beefy, bulky. Also, these diamond patterns on both the forearms and the boots are molded and then painted over, which I appreciate immensely because the regular Mighty Morphin figures don't have that, and it can be kind of weird looking, especially when they misprint them. Also, this figure, no pins on the legs or the arms. And obviously, it's a fully kitted figure. I don't think any of this has been reused other than for the rest of the turtles, which there are only 3 others. I'd like to see a White Ranger turtle at some point. That's not going to happen. As I was saying, this does use the new articulation in most places except for the shoulders here. So it does actually have the drop down legs here for easy kicking. So if I pull up, or not pull up, push up on this leg, this will go down. If I pull down on this leg goes up. So it's nice that we get that. And he, as you saw, you know, he can stand on his own. Getting him in that pose wasn't too difficult. I think it's just about finding what works here. Sorry, April. See if I can get him to stand on one leg again. He almost wants to. Okay, there you go. As you can see, you can stand them on one leg pretty easily. Let's see if we can get this leg to stand. Oh, yeah, this one has the bad ankle on this side. So if you really wanted to, you could stand him up on one leg without a base. But anyway, I do like these figures. And yeah, obviously double jointed knees. You got the swivel there. You got the swivel up there. You got the foot. Yada, yada. You got the hand, and what's nice about this is that these are the forward and backward, so like this, rather than the side-to-side motion. Again, you know, double jointed elbows. Mine takes a little bit to, you know, get loose. But anyway, I think now is our good time for some comparisons. So let's go ahead and stand these two up. My April sometimes has trouble standing on her own, which is fine. I don't expect these to stand up super easy. Anyway, April here with her civilian head sculpt stands at about 6 3/4, and Mikey stands at, I'd say, 6 1/4 inches. Next up, let's go ahead and bring in the other Mighty Morphin Pink Ion, the one with the skirt from the ZO2 pack. There you go. And then we also have Mighty Morphin Yellow, looking nice. That also, I wanted to point out, no silver paint here, but there is silver paint on the daggers. So, and I thought I'd get a Green Ranger in here, so I just went with SPD green, and he does look a bit darker on screen. He's actually a bit brighter in person. But there you go. That'd be an interesting team of Rangers. Let's go ahead and get those comparisons out of the way. We'll take a look at the box and we'll finish this up. So the box is really nice. As you saw, there was the, the preliminary image. Also, it's got really nice green textured, and the texture here, as you can see, has different words on it. So like Kimberly, this probably says power. Zach is up here. There's a pizza, some kind of sewer grate, a couple other things I don't recognize. Also, it says, you also can see the Mastodon logo a little bit up there. This kind of looks like a drill. That says Trini. There's the nunchucks. It's, sorry. Keep knocking them over. Oh well. But yeah, nice. I really appreciate the box design. And, there's yellow there. And there's pink. And then you can see that the backing in here is actually not the standard Lightning Collection backing. Let me get this out. It's a big giant shell. I just thought that looked pretty cool. So, considering that I only paid like $22 for a 2-pack, which is insane, by the way, and only it happened one other time. Yeah, I'd recommend it at that price. I recommend everything if it's on sale. If what someone interests you and it's a really good deal, you might as well pick it up, right? If you got the space, if you got, the money, go ahead and get it. Now, will I be getting the other TMNT 2-packs or Shredder? Maybe. After moving, I have limited funds, so gotta be careful with what I spend my money on. So I want to thank you guys for watching. Let me know in the comments below what you think of these two figures. Did you buy them when Dorkside had them for, $20? Be sure to like the video and comment below, like I said. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell to be notified when videos like this are uploaded to the channel. And as always, thanks for watching, guys. Peace.